This week for USC specifically, I just in my notes, I just created a little spiral, right? Because that's what they're doing right now. They're in a downward spiral. So Caleb Williams was supposed to get back-to-back Heismans. They were supposed to compete for the college football playoff, and right now, losses to Utah, losses to Washington. They're just spiraling right now. And now you got to go up to Oregon and play there. It's going to be tough. Jake, what do you have on this game?
Yeah, and as you singing all that, and Jordan, and Evans list in the last clip, none of us have Caleb Williams in our Heisman talks right now. Um, USC, they lost last week. Washington absolutely obliterated that USC defense. I believe Oregon will do the same. I don't think this game will even be close. Bo Nix obviously 25 touchdowns to 2 picks. Caleb Williams is not having the Heisman season that, everybody thought he was going to have, back-to-back Heismans, as I've been mentioning in the opening. Um, I don't even think this game would be close for USC. So, Jordan, what you got on this?
All right, so I like how Evan mentioned that USC has to go to Oregon, right? It's the biggest home field advantage in the Pac-12 in my opinion, and I really don't think it's close. USC actually fired their defensive coordinator today, or not today, this week. So I'm interested to see how that defense looks under their interim defensive coordinator. But Jake mentioned that Oregon's offense is really explosive, led by, of course, Heisman candidate Bo Nix, who has 25 passing touchdowns this year as compared to 2 interceptions. I think that he also will make an impact on the ground in this game. We've seen time and time again where he will have multiple rushing touchdowns in the game. Specifically last week, where he had 4 passing touchdowns and 2 rushing touchdowns in the same game to lead Oregon to a huge win over Cal. I agree with Jake. In my opinion, this game will not be close. Evan?
Yeah, so I don't think this game's going to be close either. We'll get to that in the score prediction, of course. But when it's not going right, like I was talking about at the beginning, it's just not going right. And with USC, like all their goals are pretty much gone, right? Like maybe you're playing for pride, a bowl game or whatever. And that's tough at this point, especially when you have NFL ready guys like Caleb Williams who are looking to go next door. Like probably not going to play the bowl game, right? So what else are you playing for? Stats at this point, right? Where Oregon, and I do agree with Jordan, that's probably the most hostile environment in the Pac-12. They just keep rolling. They're beating teams, putting 50s, 60s, destroying Cal, destroying Utah. Everything coming their way. This is what you're supposed to do to a group of 5 teams, not your conference opponents, right? So, if the Pac-12 championship game is indeed Oregon versus Washington, watch out because this looks like a different team. I'll say so far, but yeah, to this game, USC just looks mismatched. I mean, they'll put up points, but Oregon's probably going to put up a lot more.
Yeah, I just saw in the New York Six predictions this morning that they predict Georgia and Oregon to meet in the playoffs. So that would be a very fun game. It won't be like last year because, as Evan mentioned, this Oregon team is very different. Um, Now we're getting to score predictions. Give me Oregon to score 50 points again. Give me Oregon 51-24. Jordan.
I will go. Oregon's going to win this game. I will go 48-31.
I'm going to
Evan?
go right along with Jake, 56-38 Oregon.